here with Olson's Hi-Fi. I'm here this week with Monitor Audio's new Silver 300, the Generation 7 of this series of speaker. The Generation 6 Silver 300 was really widely regarded as one of the best speakers that you could buy for $2,000 or under. I mean, if you got it in standard finishes, it was $2,000. These cost a little more, as everything does these days. These are now $2,600. But still, at $2,600, if you look at the fit and finish of these speakers, these look and feel like speakers that are a lot more expensive. Monitor Audio is really known, like all the speakers they make are really, furniture grade materials. And they're also a company that sound-wise really punches above their weight. And that's true with these. I was really impressed with how these sound. I like the Silver 300, but I really like these. These are tighter. I feel like they can rock out a little harder. Now, I can't scientifically prove, that they rock out harder. So don't, call me out on that. But what I'll tell you is, I feel like I could push these more. And they just feel like they have maybe a little better tolerances. I definitely felt like these could handle a little more of a beating than the previous generation. And I did a little bit of that. The other thing that, Monitor Audio changed is, so they used to have a 4-inch mid-driver, and now it's a 3-inch mid-driver. And at first I was kind of like, why did they do that? And, I'll say, I really like the new sound. I mean, they have a similarity to the old Silver 300s, but it's definitely more detailed, while not being too bright, which is a big benefit. And I think part of that, that tightness comes from just more control from a smaller driver. So I'm definitely applauding that they're designed there. As far as my listening impressions go, some of the tracks that really stood out, Fleet Fox's Cascades, the track Cascades off of Fleet Fox's Helplessness Blues. The intro to that song is, I almost thought maybe it was like a little bit of a Spanish guitar, but I think it's just regular guitar. It's very detailed and fast, and I've noticed that entry falls apart on a lot of speakers that are under $5 grand. I've just noticed that speakers that are a little more expensive give me a little more on that track. And I gotta say, I was really impressed with how these represented that track. I didn't feel like anything was missing. It gave me, what I expected from that track. And then, then I put on Pink Floyd's Time, which that song is one of those songs that, gives you a contact high just hearing it, and it does to me too. But what I'd say is that, when the clocks are all going off in the beginning, there's, they recorded that, so it felt like it was all around the room. And these speakers really do a great job with that imaging and that soundstage. They really, made me feel as if though there were clocks way off to the left and way off to the right, and it was a lot of fun. And then the beginning intro, once the clocks are over, some of the deeper bass. This just handled that song so well. Then Michael Hedges was another tester, and so Aerial Boundaries, Michael Hedges' Aerial Boundaries. And on that song, that's where I kind of noticed the depth that these speakers have. And so a lot of speakers have great imaging or a big sound stage, but then they, these kind of have a really nice sound stage, but they also have depth. And I was just really impressed with the kind of the dimensionality of that song. But I'll tell you what, these are my listening impressions. I feel like these speakers are probably, they don't do anything wrong, and they do a lot right. And at $2,600, I can't imagine a speaker that does more right than this. But don't take my word for it. Come down to Olson's Hi-Fi and listen for yourself.